It is finally time to do another video about the favorite applications that I love to use on Linux that are FOSS applications. This is going to be the part 2 of this series. The part 1 series you can go watch if you haven't watched it before. I did show a lot of applications in part 1, and I am shortening that list to around 12 applications for the applications that I like to use on Linux. So there's going to be more videos of this with this series. It's going to be a part 3, a part 4, because I can show off just more applications over time, instead of making it a really long video and people might get a bit bored or tired over that. Now, the first application we are going to show off is Oversteer. Oversteer is a wheel sim manager for Linux. It's a front-end GUI that allows you to, manage your sim racing wheels on Linux with ease, I would say. And when it comes to what wheels they support, they do support quite a bit. Not like every device you can use on it, but there is a lot that are in this list, like Wingman, Driving Force, Momo, Logitech wheels. So if you have a G920, a G29, a 27, a 25, 923 for Xbox, when it comes to Thrustmaster, Fanatec, those devices are supported in this application. But again, I would personally go and look at this list to make sure that your wheel is supported. You guys can't see this right now, but my G920 is plugged in, but you can see we do have the application actually opened right now. And as we can see on the main page, I'm moving my steering wheel and it is working. So with my G920, I can change the rotation range. Of course, you can see everything that I'm doing on either the pedals, the steering wheel, the buttons that are on this. You can also change the global feedback gain. I can change the auto center strength. When it comes to tools, there's also the center wheel. You can start application manually. There is a wheel range display that you can show, and then an FFB meter, enable wheel buttons. And then also you can do tests to make sure that your wheel is working properly. And the last one is you can create different profiles. So let's say you want to, shorten the rotation range on a different game. Well, you can create a different profile and then switch between them whenever you're going to launch that particular game. Now, the next application I'm going to talk about is called Gale. Gale is a modern, as it says here, a modern mod manager for Thunderstorm. So if you're someone that's coming from Windows and you want to mod a lot of those popular indie games that are coming out, then this is a great application for that. There's also another one called R2 Modman, which I used to use, but when I found out about Gale, I really did enjoy using it. So if we do open the application right now, as you can see, it is a pretty nice and it's rather simple UI. So there you go, like there, I've got Peak right there, and I can install different mods if I want to. You can have a look at all the mods, and you can share the codes that you do get with the other mod managers, where you can share codes with friends and install those mods that your friends have. And then you can also edit the mod config. You can export a mod pack. And then when it comes to settings, there is a decent amount where you can change the colors, things like the peak settings location. So whatever game you have, you can change the platform. If it is on a different platform, you can easily do that. And then when it comes to the support, there is a lot of support. It's basically the exact same as the other Thunderstorm mod managers that are on Windows, for example. So I would highly recommend that you go and download Gale if you are looking for a nice mod manager. And it does support app image, so it's pretty easy to install. For me, I'm on Arch, so I'm just going to use the AUR version. But yeah, you can easily grab the app image and deb or .rpm if you're on Fedora, and the .deb is for Debian or Ubuntu based. Now the next one is called Limo. Limo is a very, I would say, power user mod manager on Linux. Linux. If you understand how modding works, the manual way of how mods get deployed within a game. So let's say you have one mod, you know where it needs to be launched, where another mod knows where to be launched. Limo is a really good application for that, and it is a GUI. So when it comes to if you're scared of using the terminal, well, you don't have to. You can use this, and it's pretty damn cool, I would say. For me personally, I do not understand how to use it. I've tried looking at the documentation and all that, and I just like my head starts to spin when I try to use it. But if you are someone that knows how to do modding and wants a native alternative instead of using like the other mod managers through Proton/Wine, this is a great application for that. The next application is called BoxBuddy. If you're into creating container-based Linux distros on your Linux distro or Linux operating system, then this is really handy when it comes to a front-end GUI for creating those containers. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's called DistroBox, and it allows you to create container-based Linux distros, and then you're able to open up the terminal in that DistroBox and install those applications within that DistroBox. And then you can also do things like create shortcuts with those distros. So if you have an application in a DistroBox, you can create a shortcut and then launch it easily from your main Linux distro. So this application called BoxBuddy allows you to have that front-end GUI. It makes it rather easy to just set it up. Now, there is two GUI applications, not just BoxBuddy. There is also DistroShelf that did release, and this one looks pretty damn awesome as well. But the one we're going to focus on is BoxBuddy. So if we do open up BoxBuddy, and then as I say, no boxes. So what we do is we click the plus icon here, and then we can choose from a wide range of different images or Linux distros, you could say. And this ranges from a lot. There's all types. There's Alpine, there's the Amazon Linux distro, Arch, Bazzite, CentOS, Clear Linux, Debian, Fedora, Mint, Kali, Gentoo, OpenSUSE, Oracle, Red Hat, Rocky, Slackware, SteamOS, Ublue, Ubuntu, Unknown, Vanilla OS, and Void. So you have a wide range of distros that you can choose. So if we go like Debian, for example, Debian 12, we call this distro box Debian. Click create. And then as we'll see here is it's going to create the distro box for us. And then after that, we can easily enter it and start mucking around with it. So this is kind of similar if you are a Windows user and you're using WSL. This is pretty similar to that. You're just basically using a terminal-based distro that is in a container, and you're able to do whatever the hell you want with it. Now, of course, this is pretty advanced, I would say. So if you are someone that is, either you're new to it and you want to learn it, then I would say, yeah, go ahead. If you are knowledgeable and a power user and you already do use this, then awesome. And as we can see, the Debian distro box has been created. So there is a bunch of buttons here like open the terminal, upgrade the box, view applications, install a .debian file, clone box, and delete box. So like I said, with view applications, there's probably not going to be any GUI applications, I don't think, in this because I haven't installed any, but this is where you would see those shortcuts if there's like Steam, for example, or I don't know, maybe you install something like Discord or something and you want to view that application there and then export it as like a shortcut. You can easily do that. And then the install.debian file. So if you have a Debian file that you want to install in the distro box, you can do that. So for example, let's try and install the Gale mod manager on the distro box itself. So if we do click this, it should be able to install it. I'm quite unsure, so I actually haven't tried this yet. But as you can see here, there's already one application here, which is called Fish. So if we want to add this to our menu, we just click add to menu, and then it says app exported. So now if we check Fish, we can see Fish as on system, and then we have Fish in brackets on Debian. So pretty damn cool, I would say, with BoxBuddy. It makes things just a lot more easier with DistroBox itself. Now the next application is called Piper. Now Piper allows you to configure different mouse or mice on Linux with a front-end GUI where you can do things like the shortcuts, change the DPI, change the LEDs, if of course the mouse supports it, and many other things. So as you can see here, this is the front UI of the application, and then it uses a backend called libratbag, and this is the backend that supports all the mouses. So if we go to this device file link, it shows all the devices that are supported with this application. You can see here, we got Asus Rogue mice, we have Glorious Model D, Model O, we have a bunch of G-Skill, or one G-Skill mouse, we have Logitech mice, plenty of Logitech mice. So if you are someone that uses a Logitech mouse, it's most likely going to be supported in this file or list of supported devices. And then we also have Roguecat, SinoWealth, we have SteelSeries, so if you do have a SteelSeries mouse as well, this application could be for you. And when it comes to installing Piper, it's pretty simple. You have the GUI, of course, which is Piper. You can grab, I would say, the system package version if it is available in your distro repos. It's most likely it is. I think, yeah, the majority of distros that I've used all have Piper in their repos. But if it doesn't, then you're gonna need to grab the Flatpak version. Then, if it doesn't install it already, you need to install libratbag as well, because this is the backend. This is the one that actually handles the mouse, the mice. So if you don't have that installed, Piper is not going to be able to work at all. Then the next thing we have to do is enable libratbag as an actual service to run in the background so that it can run and actually do the configuration with the mouse that you have plugged in. So it's pretty simple. We just do sudo system control enable --now ratbagd.service. Hit enable, type in your password, and then it will enable it as a service. For me, it's already enabled, so it's not going to show anything. But if it's not, it should say, oh, yep, this service is now enabled. And after you enable the system service for libratbag, you should be able to launch Piper and plug in the mouses that it supports, and it should be able to detect it. For me, I have a Logitech G303 Shroud Edition, and it needs to be picked up through the cable. If I try and use the dongle that it comes with it, it simply won't pick it up for some reason. And then I also have a Glorious Model O mouse, which is just the standard one with the cable, because the wireless one I don't think is supported. It's only the regular Model O, which I do have. So if I go back here, since we have two devices, it says welcome. For you, it probably will skip this because you only have one mouse connected. But as you can see, we have a Glorious Model O and a G303 Shroud Edition gaming mouse. And if we go to the Model O one, first of all, we can change the resolution or DPI. We can change the buttons. So if you want to configure any type of shortcuts, I know my friend also has a Logitech mouse and he uses this software to bind a button for a key bind. So if you want to do that, you can absolutely do that. And then with this mouse, it does have LEDs on it. So if we do select a color here, like, I don't know, yeah, purple, and then we look at the mouse, hit apply, and then apply again. Whoa, it changed the color. And then there's also different ones, like there's a cycle one. So we'll just go through the colors, which as you can see, oh no, it's on like a pink cycle. I see. Okay, that's what it does. And then there's breathing. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait. Cycle, apply. There we go. So that's RGB. And for some reason, the mouse image like corrupted itself a little bit. That's weird. Then we have breathing. That's, yep, it's doing it really quickly. We just need to like slow this down a little bit. So as you can see, it does work. And then if we go to advanced, we can do the report rate and the debounce time and angle snapping. And then for the Logitech G303, this one's a bit more simpler because, well, there is less things that you can really do with it. So we got the DPI, obviously. We can do the buttons, and then we have advanced, which is just the report rate, the debounce time and angle snapping, because, well, there's no RGB on this mouse. So great application if you are looking for, you know, to configure some of your mice on Linux. And the next application is called, and I'm probably going to butcher this, I'm going to say Mousam, I guess. This is a weather application. There is a couple of other weather applications on Linux, either be from GNOME and maybe a couple others, but this one I do like a little bit more. It just looks very modern, you could say, with like the blurry stuff in the background. It's kind of like got that glass effect. It's very nice, and we already have it set up as set to Melbourne. So as you can see, there is a lot of different information that it does provide for you, like the wind, the humidity, the air pollution, the pressure, the UV index, the sunrise and sunset, tomorrow, and we can switch it to weekly, and then we can do the hourly, the wind, if you want to look at more in depth throughout the day. And then we have precipitation on the last one. And then of course you can add more locations up the top right here, and you can add as many as you want. So let's say, I don't know, I want to look at New York for some reason. We can add it. And then if we go to, I guess we have to click on it. Yep. Look at the location, getting weather data, bada bing, bada boom. So you can see now, New York, people would be asleep right now. Since it's 2 p.m. in Australia, everyone would be asleep. So it shows like, it's dark, indicating that, well, yeah, it's nighttime over there. So really nice application if you are looking to, have a nice, just simple weather application that you can look at without having to go on your phone or go to a search engine. And the next application that we have is called switcheroo. And switcheroo, well, it converts images to other image formats. So let's say you have like a JPEG and you want to convert it to a PNG. Well, you can easily do that. And if we do open it up right here, there you go, switcheroo, drag and drop images here, or you can do open images. So if we do open images, we go to pictures and we select one, let's say this Gasiyu logo, we can export the format to, well, all of these type of formats. So let's say we want to choose JXL, which is a newer image format that's supposed to be better than JPEG, which it is, but of course, when it comes to adoption, that may take a little bit longer. So then we can do the quality, the background color, we can resize it if we want to, and resize algorithm. So we can create a pixel art if we want to. So let's do that, and let's do convert. Hit save, image converted. We click open it with Gwenview. Gwenview obviously doesn't want to load it because I don't have JXL bloody installed. So we're gonna have to open it with a different image viewer. And as we can see, if we open it, we can see that it is a JPEG XL. Whoa, crazy, isn't it wild? So a really simple application if you are looking to just convert any type of image to another image format. Now, if you are someone that manages and uses Flatpak, this application right here is something that I would recommend, and that's called Warehouse if you haven't noticed. This allows you to manage all things Flatpak. Warehouse provides a simple UI to control complex Flatpak options, all without resorting to the command line. Features: manage installed Flatpaks and view properties of any package, change versions of a Flatpak to roll back any unwanted updates, pin runtimes and mask Flatpaks, filter packages and sort data to help find anything easily, see current app user data and clean up any unused data left behind, add popular Flatpak remotes, take snapshots of your apps and user data, saving your data, install new packages from any remote or from your system, and responsive UI to fit large and small screen sizes. So if we do open it up here, we can see the wide range of Flatpak applications that I do have installed. And it brings up a nice list of the application, things like the installed size, the runtime that it's using, things like the package information, like what's the application ID, what arch is it using, installation information, the SDK, the commit information. You get all of that information about it. And of course, you can do open and uninstall easily. And then we have the remotes here. So which type of repos do you have installed for FlatHub? And then it also has, which you can remove these current remotes if you want to. Then you can also add popular remotes with ease. So if you want to install, I don't know, the App Center repo, which is from Elementary OS, I wouldn't really recommend using App Center because, it's not really that popular anymore. The developers are kind of just like, I'm pretty sure they are maintaining it still. But when it comes to what applications will you find on it, if you like Elementary OS, then yes, you will find pretty nice applications on there. And then you can add FlatHub, FlatHub Beta, Fedora, GNOME Nightly, and WebKit Developer SDK. So you get a wide range of extra repos that you can enable. So if you want to enable like the FlatHub Beta, it's really easy to do this instead of having to open the terminal and copy and paste a command. And then of course you can add a custom repo if you want to as well. Then we have the user data. So we can see active data total for all of these Flatpak applications is roughly 102 gigabytes. And most of this is probably, we have leftover data here, which is 7 gigabytes. So that counts for a little bit of it. But as you can see, this is the total when I have like every single Flatpak application installed, which is quite insane. And this is why, I'll just bring up the thing where some people don't like Flatpak because it takes up so much user data. And I would say that, yes, that is kind of true because it has to grab all of those runtimes and data for all those applications because it's running in a containerized environment. And of course, you can open this up in a folder like the location, you can uninstall it, and then you can uninstall, like I said before, the leftover data. So of course, I'm probably not going to remove any of this because you never know, I might reinstall this particular application. I want to keep like my user login details. And then we also do have snapshots here. So like before, the description of Warehouse, you can create a snapshot of a Flatpak application so then you can restore it later. So basically you won't lose your user data, even if you did remove, let's say the leftover data part in here and user data. If you deleted one of this, it wouldn't matter if you made a backup of that application. So if we do click on new snapshot, we can select, let's say bottles, for example, and we name the snapshot bottles. We click create, and this might take a while. One, because I chose bottles, and bottles is a pretty big application, I would say. So we'll just give it some time to create it. So as we can see, now the snapshot has been created. So if we do decide to uninstall bottles, like right now, so we just search up bottles. And this is the first time of doing this, so I might do this wrong. I'm very unsure. But let's see how it goes. Uninstalling bottles. And then we delete the user data as well, so that there's no user data left in the bottle, like the bottles that I've created. All right, now that's been removed. Then if we do reinstall it, I guess. So of course, that's going to have to download everything again. All right, and now that it's reinstalled, if we click launch here, just to set it up and show that, yep, it is a fresh install of bottles, as we can see. And then if we do hit apply, so any current user data for this app will be trashed. Interesting. So hit apply, and then let's see what snapshot does. So I'm guessing it's going to trash the user data that was created for the install that we just did, and now it's going to replace it with the snapshot that we had before that I decided to fully remove. And now the snapshot has been restored. So if we do open up bottles now, we should have everything back to the way it was. And there we go. As you can see, it has restored all the bottles that I had before. So really cool feature, I would say, if you want to take snapshots and then restore them later. Let's say you want to like dish or hop or something. Snapshots can be really great for that. Or if you muck something up or accidentally delete something that was left behind, you accidentally deleted it, well, snapshots can restore it for you if you have taken a snapshot of that Flatpak application. And then of course, the last one is you can install packages through this. So we can click on FlatHub on that repo and we can search for, I don't know, OBS, for example. And as you can see, a bunch of things come up, themes, plugins, lots of plugins for OBS. If we do search actual OBS Studio, we should be able to find it. And then we go, there's OBS Studio. We can click install, but it's already installed on my system, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, really cool. So I'd highly recommend if you want to use a nice Flatpak managing application. The only thing that I don't notice, and then I might be wrong here, and there might be an option for it, is you can't change permissions in this application, which is a bit odd, I would say. I think that might be a decision for the developer where it comes to, they don't want users to be changing the permission or like breaking the Flatpak application sandboxing. But it is still a really good application for managing and backing up different applications or installing applications. And the next application is called Dippi. Now Dippi, I personally really like because one of the problems that you may face when buying a new monitor or a laptop in particular is that you may have an issue with scaling. If you get a laptop or monitor that is bigger than 1920 by 1080 with a 16 by 9, like ratio. If it's bigger than that, then you might have issues where scaling on like KD Plasma or GNOME won't look that great. And this application allows you to go, okay, how big is the monitor or laptop size? And then what is the resolution? And then of course, is it a desktop or laptop? And it's able to tell you if it is a good scaling or high DPI for the UI on your screen, if it's good enough. And it will tell you if it's not good enough or if it's like in between. So we can test this out right now. It says analyze the display. For low DPI and DPI range of 90, 150 is ideal for desktops, while 124 and 156 is ideal for laptops. For high DPI, 180 to 300 is ideal for desktops, while 248, 312 is ideal for laptops. Now let's say we want to look at a framework laptop, this 13-inch one. If we do scroll down here to the resolution and the inches, we can see it's a 13.5, it's a 2256 by 1504 resolution. So if we do enter that into here, we can figure out if it thinks if it actually is good enough. So then we go 1504. So it says here that it could be potentially problematic. This display is in a very tricky range and is not likely to work well with integer scaling out of the box. So you can get an idea here if it's going to be good enough. Now there is a 2.8K display option. So if we do this one instead, so this one's a 2880 by 1920. Now this one says it's ideal for a high DPI. Crisp high DPI text and UI along with a readable size at typical viewing distances. This is the jackpot. So as you can see here with like framework on the 13 laptop, they've decided to have two options and everyone says that the 2.8K display is better. And this is a reason why. It's probably because high DPI works a lot better with this screen resolution per the actual inches of the size of the screen. So I would say this is a really good application if you are looking to just type in inches, resolution, laptop or desktop, and it tells you if it's going to be a good high DPI, display. The next one is called Newsflash. This is an application if you are looking to have a RSS feed. A lot of people I know in the Linux community really love having a RSS feed. Either it be some front-end GUI application they can do it, or I think you can do it through like email as well, and maybe some other ways. I'm not really in depth when it comes to this stuff because I don't use it, but this is a really good application for that if you want to see the news of different types of like articles or stuff like that. And it's really easy to use, I would say. Even based off here, you can see it's pretty easy. We've got like the subscriptions here. If we go to the plus icon, we can hit the feed. If you want to add a custom one, there's a feed that you can add. We can do a category. We can do a tag. And then also, if we go to discover feeds here, we can actually look up different topics and it will give us a list of different feeds that we can select. So I've done the open source hash open source, and it brings up a different type of feed that we can do. So if we want to do like open source on Reddit, so it's going to add it, click add, and then it comes up on the side of here. We can look at different posts on this Reddit forum, I presume, and it shows different things about open source, or let's say Linux experiment YouTube channel. I've added this one. It brings up the latest videos that he decides to post, and we can look it through his description, and then we can actually watch the video with inside the application. So we don't even have to go to YouTube. Everyone, this is Nick, and it's you can see on top of that. Really simple. So if you guys do want a RSS feeder, this is a really good application for that. The next one is called Blanket. Blanket is one that you can listen to ambient sounds on your desktop, or just on your Linux desktop. It's really handy if you just want to listen to a combination or just one of these soothing background sounds, you could say. If we do open it here, we can have a listen to all of the sounds. So here's rain. Here's storm. Here's wind. Here's waves. Here's stream. Here's birds. Here's summer night. Here's train. Here's boat. Here's the city. The coffee shop. A fireplace. Pink noise. Oh, my favorite. And white noise. Also, amazing. And then you can also change, of course, the sound of this if you want to make it loud or quiet. And then you can also add a manual one. So if you're looking for any type of custom audio that you have, you can easily add it to this application. And the last application for this video is Inspector. If you don't know already like what this application might do, it allows you to look at all the information about your computer. So if we do open it here, we can have a look at the information of my computer. We have the motherboard here, we have the processor, we have the memory, we have the disk drive that it will list, the PCIe devices, the USB devices, the network devices, the kernel, the distribution, which is really nice how it fills out all the proper links for the distribution. So if you're someone that wants to look at the information of your computer, that's a nice, I guess you could say, Eduardo GTK application. This is really good for that. And that is the end of this video, I would say. If you guys, did enjoy this video, I definitely would give it a like. I definitely would subscribe to the channel. And also thank you to 15,000 subscribers. I truly do not, I did not expect this channel to grow this much over the course of like, how long has it been? Like 2 years now, or 2.5 years, something like that. I just didn't expect a channel to grow this much. And as I said in my community post, I'm here to try and help people as much as possible and show as much information as possible about Linux and Linux desktop and Linux gaming and handheld gaming and all types of different things with Linux. So thank you, because without you, I would not be able to run this channel and keep running it, and then also make just a little bit of money. Like I barely make any money off of this channel, honestly, even though I would like to make more money off of this channel. I try to not take sponsorships that are shameless, I would say, because there's a lot of sponsorships that I get sent and they are not to do with Linux at all. So if I do have a sponsorship in my channel, by the way, at some point, it's going to be something that is going to be either open source or it's going to be something that actually has something to do with Linux itself. That is in the realm of Linux desktop and Linux gaming or handheld gaming, something along the lines of those things, not enterprise Linux. I'm not going to be taking any type of enterprise Linux sponsorships. But again, thank you for 15,000 subscribers. I really do wonder what I'll be at another 2 years away. Hopefully it's, of course, more, but if not, that's perfectly fine. And of course, when it comes to this series that I'm doing, I didn't really show any Qt applications in this video. I think I only showed Oversteer, but I think Oversteer uses Eduardo by default, and it just applies a Plasma theme to it, a Breeze theme. So I didn't show any Qt applications, but I do have Qt applications on this list here. There's plenty of applications that I continue to keep listing when I see an application that is either new or something that I haven't seen before, and I think it might be good for this channel. So in the next series that I'll do, there will be more Qt applications that I will show. And of course, thank you to my supporters. I'll show a text across the screen. Thank you for giving me money every single month. I really do appreciate it. Like, I really do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.